I would add a couple of other things. Oh, thank you, Mr. Oldenkamp, for his contribution and your work, the Friends, on Pavilion 210, or in the year 2010, in Pavilion number 1. That anchors it. So the Boulevard will always, forgot to have the other thing that we're working on. Again, Friends of the Park, whether you know or not, are working with the city to redo the entrance to Foster Park, and with the neighborhood associations adjacent to redo the intersection of Bluffton Road and Broadway so that it's more pedestrian friendly, so that it's more artistic, so there are fewer wires up in the air. Fort Wayne's a very industrial looking city, and sometimes when the planning department, who likes to do pretty things, works hand in hand with the Board of Works, which just likes to get things done, and the other engineers, you'll see those beautiful retro street lamps that are about 12 feet tall, 10 feet tall, something like that, with a little acorn fixture on the top, the acorn globe on the top, right under one of those Cobra headlights, which hasn't been removed, on a Ponderosa pine light pole. Underneath a run of I&M Comcast cable, and it's their little attempted beautification under all this industrial crotch that runs along the street. And so we're trying to take that into consideration as we redo that intersection and take as many of those wires down and bury them in that intersection as possible. So there's a lot, what was Rudisill Boulevard is big dream. We're sort of picking it up again. And it's the Friends of the Park, and it's the neighborhood associations around it. Just trying to bring it back to some of its glory and maybe carry it forward a little bit too. 1875, first house on the boulevard. Last graduation, first class, looking forward at us and thinking, what are you guys going to do? There's a legacy here. So what are we going to do? I would throw a little credit to the back of the room there, because they were going to knock it down, remember, John?
Oh, yeah.
And he and I called him and got down. Knock it down. And so he and I went to a meeting with a member of their staff and one of their board members. And John is ever genteel, calm, soft-spoken, respectful. And I was standing there suggesting pitchforks and torches if they tried to do that. The neighborhood would rise up. John's and they didn't tear it down. I think more because of his arguments than mine. But so now the question is what to do with the building. I mean, it's one of the oldest buildings in Fort Wayne. It has one of a storied history. I don't want to see it torn down. We've torn down too many already. I'm done. Thank you.
Very good.